Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a new edition of the Daily Debate. In tonight's show, we're going to be tackling Egypt's efforts to consolidate its status among the Arab-Asian region, the Arab-Asian countries, now strengthening the Egyptian relations with the whole Asian countries as a whole, but also mainly focusing on countries such as Saudi Arabia, the Gulf countries, including also Lebanon, which is going through its own political developments nowadays. We're going to be focusing on the Egyptian efforts in this file. But before we start doing that, let's check out some of the stories making the news today. And we'll start off with President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, who inaugurated today a number of food industries and projects in the Sadat city. In Monofea Governorate, which were established on an area of 135 fidans, including the Silo Food City, comprising 10 factories and reportedly providing 7,000 job opportunities. Let's check out this report and we'll be right back.
President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi inaugurated on Tuesday a number of food industries projects in El Sadat city in Monofea Governorate, which were established on an area of 135 feddans, including the Silo Foods City, and comprising 10 factories and reportedly providing 7,000 job opportunities. Addressing this ceremony, President al-Sisi said constant monitoring of children's diets is highly important, adding that the number of children suffering obesity and stunting are extremely high. The president warned that the population growth in Egypt at the current rates is very dangerous, stressing that it's time to raise the price of subsidized bread as part of the continued austerity push towards economic recovery. The head of state affirmed that all necessary needs have been provided in the country despite the coronavirus pandemic. Asserting that the state aims to achieve balance in every field, President al-Sisi also said that one of the main objectives of the state is to provide schools with their needs at highest quality. President al-Sisi said public opinion on how to build a strong future generation must be formed. He said that an initiative dubbed Desire to Have a Baby to guarantee the health safety would be launched. He extended his thanks for the Armed Forces National Services Projects Authority. General Taimur Musa, the head of the Silo Foods Company, addressed the inauguration ceremony of the projects in El Sadat city. He said the highest safety procedures are applied in the city. During his speech, Minister of Supplies Ali Musilhi said the storage ability of the wheat silos had been increased. And Minister of Education Tariq Shawqi addressed the ceremony, adding that education is one of the main pillars of the new republic. He said the highest safety criteria are applied for school meals. Shawqi said Egypt has succeeded in overcoming coronavirus pandemic in the field of education. He said the aim of providing school meals is to bring up healthy generation. Addressing the ceremony, Minister of Health and Population Dr. Hala Zayed said 70 million citizens had been examined within presidential health initiatives. The minister said the examination of children had not stopped despite the coronavirus pandemic. She hailed the Armed Forces National Services Projects Authority for doing a great job in providing baby formulas. Zayed said healthy food outlets by the Armed Forces National Services Projects Authority will be available across Egypt. The minister added that stunting is a result of malnutrition, adding that Upper Egypt governorates had high rates of anemia.
And we're joined now over the phone by Dr. Pacinthe Fahmy, the former parliamentarian and economic expert. Dr. Fahmy, can you hear me? Dr. Fahmy, good evening.
No, there is a problem in the line.
Can you hear me well?
Yes, now it's okay.
Dr. Fahmy, first of all, the President inaugurated today a lot of food projects in the Sadat city in Monofea Governorate. talking about establishing many food factories, providing over 7,000 job opportunities, Silo Food City, over 135 fidans. How big and how important is these projects for the Sadet City and Munafaya Governorate?
This is a very advanced approach, very sophisticated approach as well. Meaning, if you want to build a new city, you build a specialized city in a special type of business. When we say food, for instance, food production, it doesn't mean that you will only have very large factories of food, which is a very important thing. But when we say specialized in food product, it means that it will involve starting from small, micro, medium, large industries. And this will need definitely a very sophisticated plan. Why? Because we need to have training centers, first of all, to train the employees on that specialized type of business. And then we could have larger training institutes and then universities, but they are all directed towards the food industry. And when we talk about food now, we need to understand that the whole world is suffering from the climate change. That's a very critical problem as well, which is hitting on the food supply for the whole world. I'm not going to talk about Corona as well, but let's talk about the change of climate, which will create a lot of problems in the food supply in the whole world. Second, we need to know that when we have specialized cities like this, it will depend on local raw material, meaning could come from the green industry or the green economy or the blue economy, all natural resources in Egypt. So it will depend on our local raw materials. Then it will create, as well as being a city specialized in that type of business, you will have markets, definitely. You have exhibitions, because when people want to talk or import from us food, they don't have to visit a 50 or 60 city. They come to the food specialized city and they see what they need. So you will have large exhibitions done all over the year. You will have large markets. You will have, starting from the micro products, medium, small, big, up to the mega project. So this is very professional approach, because we need to, as I want to repeat, we need to consider the matter of food supply as being one of the very critical problems which will hit the whole world because of change of climate.
Yes.
And because of COVID as well, the transportation is becoming a problem. So I repeat, it's a very professional approach, and we will see the results of that on our economy very soon, inshallah.
Well, the President also paid special attention to the children and the health situation, health status for the children, saying the alarming number, very alarming number of children suffering from obesity, stunting and anemia as well. So he was really focusing on the production of healthy food for the benefits of the future generation. How would you rate such an important step, and really also starting the initiative, desire to have a baby, this really special attention the President showed today for the children?
If you wish to build a strong country, you have to build strong people. And that's why the mega project that the President has launched in developing all governorates and all the small firms left and right, 4,000, more than 5,000, I think, village will be developed. That type of project is not only to let people live in nice houses. You're building strong population. If you want to build a new country, a new, as we say, republic, we need to have strong people. Strong people meaning healthy people. They have to be very well trained. They have to be very well, the food must be very healthy. They have to live in healthy places, in open spaces. They have to play sports. You have to concentrate as well on culture. So yes, Mr. President is giving this attention ever since he was elected, because you want to have a strong country, you need to have strong people. And it starts from the very young generation. That's
Yes.
why I salute him of really giving this importance, because we suffered for many years, for decades, by having non-healthy generation.
Yes. Dr. Pacinthe Fahmy, the former parliamentarian and economic expert, thank you very much for joining us.